tribulation than to any other historical period mentioned in the Bible. In the Old Testament, this 7 years of turmoil is also called the day of God's vengeance, the time of Jacob's trouble, and the time of the end. While New Testament descriptions include the hour of judgment,
the great day
of his wrath,
and
the end of this world. In every case, the tribulation is prophesied to be a time of literal hell and death. God will exact his judgment on the earth.
He's only here.
The tribulation period is separated into two halves. 2.5 years of plain tribulation. It will be very trying. Then the next 3.5 years, Jesus called the Great Tribulation. That will be 3.5 years that are worse than anything that he said ever would be or ever was. So consequently, it will be the greatest time of trauma in the world, and man will suddenly be aware of the fact that there is a supernatural God.
The scriptures indicate that though the focal point of the tribulation will be the nation of Israel, the full magnitude of its impact will be global. No one on earth will escape the catastrophes spurred by the events and personalities described by Jesus and the prophets.
We have a scenario of what that period is going to be like. And so we can sit here and build a model of what part of the world it's going to come from. And we can see that God is setting that stage in the last 50 years like he hasn't done in the last 2,000 years.
50 years na siya sukan na. Hindi, 50. 500 years na, no? Pahilong ko mo.
Ang pasal ako saba.
When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies. Joke. Desolation is near. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, desolation is near.
Surrounded by armies, tabi akaroon.
Surrounded na.
Tamangan bisilatan, bitang makangira sa
The
atan.
tribulation may well begin with Israel facing an age-old crisis. She is threatened on all sides by her Arab neighbors.
Arab neighbors.
Arabs pag niya nga
With the
itong andyan, no?
prospect of war growing by the day, the always tenuous security of the country will appear more vulnerable than ever before.
Hando ka na yun. Din, buta ko to Steven, no? Nagira-gira, no?
Tension in the Middle East reaches fever pitch.
Sabi sa Japan na yung news.
Leader will arise out of Europe,
Kasi na.
offering the Jews the one thing they most desperately seek.
They're
Ano siya, Ling?
harassed by the Arabs, they're harassed by the enemies, the anti-Semites from all over the world. And here comes a world leader that wants to give them the guarantee of peace. He's going to come on the world scene and be the leader, and he's going to amalgamate the world and bring all of these countries together in the name of world peace.
Si Big Brother na,
The
666.
Bible refers to this leader by many names.
Master
Master of intrigue, worthless shepherd,
The Beast.
Beast.
Antichrist.
the
Antichrist.
Antichrist.
Peace, makik-peace mo lang Israeling.
Extraordinary act of diplomacy. The Antichrist aligns himself with Israel and brokers a peace agreement with the Arab nations, preventing an all-out war.
And when he makes a league or a covenant with the children of Israel, a peace covenant for 7 years, not for 10 years, 15 years, it's 7 years.
Masigon si
And
Obama
when
ang
he makes
Antichrist.
that covenant, that starts the tribulation
World leader man
period.
mafia. Si Obama man diba?
Yet immediately after the peace accord is signed,
7
any
years
thought of tribulation is obscured by the Antichrist's soaring popularity. Empowered by Satan, he becomes the head of a European confederacy of nations that will rule the world in its final days.
Siya? Si Obama siguro Ling?
Many scholars believe this confederation will stand as the most powerful economic, political, and military force in history.
Morais pag na siya? Pero no man ang rapture, no?
To a planet weary of turmoil and war, the Antichrist is hailed as a savior. To the Jews, the treaty he has forged represents the key to the fulfillment of a dream, the reconstruction of their temple.
I-reconstruct na temple. Tapos temple nga nawala sa una? Ah. Okay. Kasi may lang ginoo nila.
Wala.
Kasi may panganak.
Antichrist comes